Welcome to our channel, USA Coin Spot. In this video I am going to tell you about the Roosevelt dime, United States of America, which are very valuable and rare. If you have them, you can take advantage of them. Top 1. What if I told you there's a single coin sitting in someone's drawer right now, a dime, just 10 cents, that could be worth more than a brand new car? Maybe more than a luxury vacation. Possibly more than what some people make in an entire year. And no, this isn't a fairy tale. This is real, and it's happening with one specific American coin, the 1996 Roosevelt dime, not the regular one, but the one from a United States mint-proof set. If you've got one of these, your life could change with one phone call to the right coin dealer. Let's get into it. Back in 1996, the U.S. Mint released millions of Roosevelt dimes. Most of them were your everyday pocket change, minted in Philadelphia and Denver. Those are common. But there was one special version, produced in San Francisco, with a shiny, mirror-like finish and a little S mint mark right above the ear. Now, here's where it gets juicy. That little S mint mark means it came from a proof set, a premium collector's set made with extra care, struck multiple times to get every detail sharp and clean. These are not meant for circulation. They are specially made for collectors. And only a limited number are made each year. Most people don't realize just how rare these coins become over time. And while most proof coins sell for modest amounts, every now and then, a unicorn appears. That unicorn is a 1996 Roosevelt dime graded PR70 Deep Cameo. Let me explain what that means. PR stands for proof. 70 is the perfect grade, absolutely flawless under 5x magnification. No scratches, no spots, no cloudy surfaces. And Deep Cameo refers to that frosty, contrasty finish, bright details that pop out against a deep, dark background. It's the highest possible quality a proof coin can achieve. Now here's where things go from interesting to insane. Because these coins, in that perfect PR70 DCM condition, have sold at auction for numbers that don't even seem real. We're not talking about one or two sales. We're talking about multiple verified sales, from trusted grading services and reputable auction houses. One of these 1996 Roosevelt dimes has sold for as much as $67,000. Yes. Let me say that again slowly. A 10-cent coin sold for $67,000. Another one sold for $43,000. And yet another, a little lower grade but still close to perfect, sold for $2,700. These aren't estimates. These aren't what someone might pay. These are real-world numbers. Actual coins. Actual collectors. And actual cash. Why so much? Because perfection is rare. And in the coin collecting world, rarity and condition are everything. There may be millions of 1,996 dimes, but only a handful in existence have ever received a perfect grade. That's why the few that do are treated like treasure. And here's the kicker. This coin is hiding in plain sight. Collectors lose coins. Heirs inherit them and don't know what they have. Estate sales toss them in boxes. People forget about old proof sets sitting in drawers or closets. And that's where you come in. If you have a 1996 US Mint proof set, go get it. Open it carefully. Look for the dime with the S mint mark. Take a close look. If it looks absolutely flawless, not a scratch, not a speck, then you might be looking at a diamond in the rough. If you think you've got something special, the next step is to have it graded by a professional service like PCGS or NGC. Yes, you'll pay a small fee, but if it comes back PR70 Deep Cameo, that could be the best investment you ever made. So before you spend your change on coffee, before you donate that old box of coins, make sure you're not holding a coin worth more than your car. The 1996 Roosevelt dime from the proof set, in perfect condition, has sold for between $2,700 and $67,000. That's no joke. One dime. One proof set. One shot at a life-changing find. If this blew your mind, hit that like button right now and make sure you subscribe. I've got more videos on rare US coins you could have right now in your house, and some of them are worth even more than this one. Drop a comment below if you've got a 1996 proof set, or if you want me to cover another coin you're curious about. Thanks for watching, and remember, always check your coins. Top 2. Have you ever looked at a coin and thought, this little thing can't be worth much? Well, what if I told you that a dime, yes, a tiny 10-cent coin, could actually be worth more than a brand new luxury car, or even more than your entire savings account? Because today, I'm going to reveal the story of a coin most people overlook. A coin that millions have held in their hands, passed around in change, tossed in jars, or left sitting untouched in proof sets buried deep in drawers. This is the story of the 1983 Roosevelt dime from a proof set, a coin that, if you have the right one, could make you thousands, and in some cases, tens of thousands of dollars richer. Let's go back to 1983. The U.S. Mint was producing coins for circulation, just like every other year. But in San Francisco, something special was happening. The Mint was creating proof sets, special collector sets, never meant to be spent, never meant to circulate. These proof coins are minted with extra care, polished dies, hand-treated planchets, multiple strikes for ultra-clear detail, and that famous deep mirror-like shine. These are the coins that collectors dream about. Now the 1983 Roosevelt dime in particular has become a modern-day legend. Why? Because a select few of these proof dimes, minted that year, struck under perfect conditions, preserved like treasures, and graded at the very top tier, have become extremely valuable. And I'm not talking about just a little extra change in your pocket. I'm talking serious money. Let me give you a taste of what I mean. Collectors and investors have been going crazy over a very specific kind of 1983 Roosevelt dime, the one from a proof set, in PR70 deep cameo condition. That means the coin is flawless. Zero marks. Sharp details. Mirror fields that reflect like glass. A frosted portrait of President Roosevelt standing out in high contrast. It's coin perfection. When one of these gems hit the auction block, the response was electric. One sold for $2,700, and that wasn't even the highest. Another 1983 proof Roosevelt dime, same year, same mint, same coin, but in absolutely perfect condition, sold for an unbelievable, almost surreal price of $73,000. Let that sink in. A dime. 10 cents. Sold for $73,000. That's more than most Americans make in a year. That's more than some brand new SUVs. That's life-changing money, and it came from a coin people used to overlook. And here's the kicker, these coins are still out there. Sitting in forgotten proof sets. Buried in coin collections. Hidden in estate sales, coin shops, or dusty drawers across the country. The reason they're so valuable is because true perfection is incredibly rare. Most proof dimes, even in nice condition, have tiny scratches, haze, or weak strikes. But the ones that hit proof 70 deep cameo, they are unicorns. They're nearly impossible to find, and collectors will pay anything to own one. That's why smart collectors are snatching up 1983 proof sets by the dozens. They're hunting for that one shining dime. That one coin that could turn a $10 purchase into a 5-figure payday. Now let me explain how this works, because this isn't about luck. It's about knowledge. Step 1. Look for the 1983 S dime. The S stands for San Francisco, and that's where all the proof coins were made that year. Step 2. Look at the condition. You want a coin that is perfect, or as close to perfect as humanly possible. No spots. No fingerprints. Full strike. Deep cameo contrast. You might need a magnifier, a loupe, or a microscope. But if your coin looks flawless, it's time for the next step. Step 3. Get it graded. Send it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. They will assess your coin and assign a grade. If it comes back as PR70 DCM, proof 70 deep cameo, you might have hit the jackpot. And don't forget, even lower grades like PR69 can still bring in decent money. But the PR70S? That's where the real treasure is. Some people spend years searching for coins like this. Others stumble upon them by accident. Maybe it's a gift from a relative, or a set bought at a flea market, or something that's been sitting in your house since the 80s. But the difference is, now you know what to look for, and that makes you dangerous in the best possible way. Because knowledge turns ordinary people into treasure hunters. It turns pocket change into gold mines. And it turns a 1983 Roosevelt dime into one of the most coveted coins in America. So next time you open a coin set, or flip through your collection, or walk past the coin dealer's table at a show, remember this story. Because buried in one of those proof sets could be your very own piece of history, your very own jackpot, your very own tiny coin worth as much as a brand new car. And in case you missed it, let me repeat those numbers loud and clear. One of these proof dimes has sold for $2,700. And another sold for an earth-shattering, mind-blowing $73,000. All from a simple, overlooked dime. So check your coins, check your sets, and never underestimate the power of a 10-cent piece, especially when it's the 1983 Roosevelt dime from a proof set. Because in the world of coin collecting, even the smallest treasure can change everything. Top 3. You might want to stop what you're doing right now, because if you've got a 2012 Roosevelt dime sitting in your collection, or even stashed away in an old proof set, you could be holding onto a small silver treasure worth a jaw-dropping fortune. And I'm not talking about a couple of bucks here. I'm talking about thousands of dollars, enough to cover rent for a year, buy a used car, or take a luxurious vacation. So don't blink, because in the next few minutes, we're diving deep into one of the most shockingly valuable modern dimes ever released by the U.S. Mint. We're talking about the American Roosevelt dime, minted in 2012, and not just any ordinary one pulled from circulation. This is the proof version, yes, the mirror-like, ultra-detailed, absolutely stunning coin that was only included in official U.S. Mint proof sets. Now you might be thinking, come on, how can a dime, a 10-cent coin, possibly be worth thousands? Well, buckle up, because this little beauty is not your average pocket change. First, let's talk about what makes this coin so different. The 2012 Roosevelt dime from the proof set is struck with laser-sharp precision. These coins weren't just minted, they were sculpted, polished, and treated like miniature pieces of art. Only available directly from the U.S. Mint, these coins never saw circulation. But here's the catch. Not all 2012 proof dimes are valuable. It's only the ones that are perfect, or close to perfect, that command massive premiums. We're talking about coins graded PR70 or PR69 deep cameo, certified by top-tier grading companies like PCGS and NGC. Coins with flawless fields, strong frosted devices, and that deep, dramatic contrast between the shiny background and the raised details. These are the showstoppers. The elite. The 1%ers of dimes. And now, let's get to the part you've been waiting for, the money. Hold on to your seat. Some of these 2012 Roosevelt dimes from proof sets, in top-graded condition, have sold for $2,700, $4,100, even as much as $8,200 at high-profile auctions. That's right, a single dime, originally part of a proof set that costs less than $30, bringing in more than $8,000, and it doesn't stop there. Collectors have been known to drop serious money, $12,000, $18,500, and even up to a staggering $34,000 for the absolute finest examples, often tied to ultra-low population reports or coins with unique provenance. Yes, $34,000 for one tiny, 10-cent coin. Now imagine this. You're flipping through your collection, and there it is. That shiny, mirror-like 2012 Roosevelt dime, untouched, straight from a proof set, just sitting there. You send it off for grading, and bam, it comes back PR70 deep cameo. You're suddenly holding a coin that could sell for $34,000. That's a new car. That's student loans. That's life-changing money, all in the palm of your hand. So before you toss that proof set back into storage, do yourself a favor, check the dime. Look closely. Is it flawless? Is it pristine? Is it a candidate for grading? Because in today's coin market, where collectors are willing to pay a premium for perfection, your ordinary-looking proof set could be hiding an extraordinary payday. And if you don't have one yet, you might want to start hunting, because these high-grade 2012 proof dimes are being snapped up quickly. They're not getting any easier to find, and prices have been climbing fast. Let this be your sign. Check your dimes. Check your proof sets. You never know when a 10-cent piece could turn into a $34,000 windfall. If you found this video eye-opening, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more jaw-dropping coin values, and drop a comment if you think you've got one of these beauties lying around. Your next big payday might just be a Roosevelt away. Top 4. This 1973 Roosevelt dime from a proof set could make you rich, up to $69,000. ***, you might want to stop what you're doing right now and check your old coin sets. Because if you've got a 1973 Roosevelt dime sitting somewhere in a drawer, an attic, or one of those old velvet proof set boxes from your grandparents, you could be sitting on a fortune. I'm not kidding. This isn't clickbait. This isn't hype. This is real money, and it's hiding in plain sight. What if I told you that a single 1973 Roosevelt dime, just 10 cents, could be worth as much as $69,000? Yes, a tiny coin that's smaller than a quarter, worth more than a luxury car. Sound crazy? Well, buckle up, because this is the kind of coin story that turns casual collectors into full-blown treasure hunters. Let's dig into the story of the 1973 Roosevelt dime from the proof set, and why this particular little coin is making headlines in the coin world. First off, here's what most people don't know. In 1973, the U.S. Mint produced standard circulation Roosevelt dimes in Philadelphia and Denver. But there was another batch, a special version minted in San Francisco, and these were no ordinary coins. They were proof coins. Proof coins are made with extra care. The dies are polished, the blanks are carefully prepared, and the strike is strong, producing a stunning mirror-like finish with frosted details. They are beautiful, collectible, and were never intended for circulation. Now here's where it gets exciting. Some of these 1973 proof dimes ended up being incredibly valuable, for a few very specific reasons. First, grade and condition. If your dime is in near-perfect condition, we're talking PR68, PR69, or the elusive PR70, you're looking at a coin that instantly draws serious attention from collectors. Next, cameo and deep cameo designations. Proof coins with a sharp contrast between the frosted devices and the mirror fields are highly sought after. A deep cameo 1973's Roosevelt dime in PR70 condition is like finding the holy grail in modern coin collecting. And then there's the kicker: mint errors. Coins with double dies, missing mint marks, off-center strikes, or other rare errors can shoot the value through the roof. Combine that with a proof coin from a low production year, and you're talking big-time auction potential. Let me tell you what's already happened at auction. One ultra-rare 1973's Roosevelt dime, flawless, perfect proof, sold for a mind-blowing $69,000. That's not a typo. That is real. That sale shocked collectors and sparked a mad rush to recheck old proof sets. Another well-preserved version, not even the highest grade, sold for $2,700. That's still an insane return for a coin that cost 10 cents when it was minted. And guess what? These aren't just one-off flukes. AS grading services like PCGS and NGC continue to certify these coins, and more collectors are diving into modern proof coin collecting. The prices are only going up. Demand is rising, and high-grade, rare examples are disappearing into private collections. So here's the question: do you have one of these coins? Go grab your old 1973 proof set, the one in the hard plastic case, with a penny, nickel, dime, quarter, and half dollar. Look for the dime. Check the mint mark. You're looking for an S. Then check the surface. Is it shiny? Frosty? Clean? Free from scratches or fingerprints? If it looks pristine, you might want to send it to get graded, because that little 10-cent piece could be your lucky ticket. Your unexpected payday. Your once-in-a-lifetime find. Don't ignore it. These coins are out there, and people just like you are finding them in old family collections, estate sales, garage sales, and forgotten boxes in basements. Here's a recap of what to look for in a valuable 1973 Roosevelt dime from a proof set. The coin must have the S mint mark for San Francisco. It should be a proof coin, not a regular circulation strike. Look for cameo or deep cameo contrast between the raised features and the background. Aim for high grades, PR 68, PR 69, or ideally PR 70. Any mint error will skyrocket the value. Always store proof coins safely. They're sensitive and easy to damage. Now let's talk about the numbers one last time, because this is what makes it worth the hunt. A top-grade 1973 S Roosevelt dime from a proof set can bring in $2,700. And in the most exceptional, nearly mythic cases, it can command a price of $69,000. All that for a single dime. 10 cents. Minted 50 years ago.so. What are you waiting for? Go check your proof sets. Visit your local coin shop. Call your grandparents. Go to estate sales. Look through online auctions. This coin is out there, and someone, maybe even you, is going to be the next lucky collector to cash in. If you found this video exciting, hit that like button, subscribe, and drop a comment below. Have you ever seen a 1973 proof dime with the S mint mark? Maybe you already own one and don't even realize it yet. Because remember, your treasure might be smaller than a quarter, but it could be worth more than a brand new car. Thanks for watching, and happy coin hunting. Top 5. Are you a coin enthusiast? Well, hold on to your seat because today, we're diving into one of the most fascinating and valuable coins in American history, the 1999 Roosevelt dime from the proof set. It's a coin that's captured the attention of collectors, investors, and historians alike. With its rich history and potential value, this coin is something that could make a serious impact on your collection or your bank account. Now, what makes this Roosevelt dime from 1999 stand out from the rest? The answer lies in its rarity, its condition, and the fact that it was part of the prestigious proof set issued by the U.S. Mint. These coins were specially made for collectors with higher quality strikes, and the 1999 Roosevelt dime, in particular, has a story to tell. But don't be fooled. While it may seem like just a simple dime, there's much more to it than meets the eye. First things first, let's talk about its design. The Roosevelt dime, which has been around since 1946, was designed by John R. Sinek and features the profile of President Franklin D. Roosevelt. But the 1999 version? That's where things get interesting. It was part of the clad proof set, and unlike regular dimes that were made for circulation, this was produced specifically for coin collectors who wanted high-quality versions of the coins, ready for display or future resale. Now, you may be wondering, why is this coin worth so much? Well, the answer comes down to rarity and condition. While the U.S. Mint produced millions of dimes every year, only a limited number were struck in the proof set for collectors. What makes this particular coin so special? It's the flawless condition and the unique characteristics it holds. This isn't just a dime, it's a piece of American numismatic history that has only grown in value as the years go on. To truly understand the potential of this coin, let's get into the value. If you have a 1999 Roosevelt dime from the proof set in perfect condition, you're looking at a coin worth anywhere between $2,700 to $39,000. Yes, you read that correctly. We're talking about a coin that could skyrocket to a value that could make your jaw drop. And it's not just about rarity, it's about demand. Collectors around the world have been seeking this coin, and it has become a prized possession for those looking to add something special to their collection. But why the big range in price? That's because the value of a coin depends not just on its rarity, but on its condition. The higher the grade, the more money it can fetch. Some of these 1999 Roosevelt dimes have been graded PR 70 or perfect proof, which means they're in pristine condition with no visible flaws. Coins in this top grade can be sold for top dollar, reaching the upper limits of the value range. And remember, the proof version of this dime is different from the regular dimes in circulation. It's not just about how many are out there, it's about how many have survived in perfect condition, and how many collectors are still willing to pay big money for them. But what's the catch? How do you know if your dime is worth thousands of dollars? Well, it all comes down to grading. Coins are graded based on their appearance, wear, and overall quality. To find out exactly what your coin is worth, you'll need to get it graded by a professional, or at the very least, take it to a reputable dealer. You'll want to make sure it's in the best possible condition, which will help you maximize its value. So, now that you're aware of how much potential the 1999 Roosevelt dime has, let's talk about finding one. If you're in the market for this coin, you should know that it's not as easy as walking into a coin shop and finding one on the shelf. These dimes are not only rare, but they're also highly sought after by collectors and investors alike. You'll likely need to keep an eye on coin auctions, online marketplaces, or specialized dealers to track one down. And when you do, make sure you verify the authenticity and condition before making any purchases. It's crucial to know whether the coin you're looking at has been well preserved and accurately graded. You don't want to spend thousands of dollars on a coin that's not as valuable as you think. This coin is one of the perfect examples of how rare coins can rise in value over time. Who would have thought that a simple dime from 1999 could be worth so much? But for those of us who understand the importance of collecting, it's a treasure that's only getting more valuable as the years pass. So, in conclusion, if you come across a 1999 Roosevelt dime from the proof set, make sure to hold on to it. With its pristine condition, limited supply, and growing demand, this coin could end up being worth anywhere from $2,700 to $39,000 or even more if it's in perfect condition. It's a coin with a history, a legacy, and the potential to make you a small fortune if you're lucky enough to own one. Now, if you have a collection or you're just starting out, the 1999 Roosevelt dime from the proof set is something you'll definitely want to keep an eye on. Who knows? This could be the beginning of a lucrative investment, or the perfect way to complete your collection with a rare and incredibly valuable piece of American history.